I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they...
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 8.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Howell, first play, going to throw it. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On first down, Howell.
Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Bates. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 19 carries, 68 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
I know flash. Plays, flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains, didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Oh, what a catch by Samuel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Ethan Carter,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
From the 31, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter.
And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. He notched his 15th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive, and they'll look to keep it going here, 1st and 10. 1st down, Howell to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Second down, Howell back to pass. And his throw here's incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
Here's Howell. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And once more, Howell back to the air. Thomas has got it, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. Howell trying to get his offense to hurry up and get set. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you get 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Howell throwing again after the pick 6. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Tanner Muse there defensively.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They find some open field here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Mahomes' throw caught by Gray.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Al now to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give up the middle to Gibson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Howell. Off to Thomas on the left side. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Howell throwing on first down here. He completes this to Cole Turner. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Howell. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Howell, another throw on 2nd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. One more time with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
To throw again on 2nd down. Powell. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Washington on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Powell, he'll look to throw it. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Another throw for Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Powell to throw.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Here's Howell.
Catch here, left side, Thomas.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Howell's throw complete there to Thomas.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
They picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Mahomes going to throw it here. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Mecole Hardman.
His 11th touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Uses the stiff arm. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
On first down, Howell.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Howell with one final shot.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Kansas City,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.